Hello, everyone. Welcome to Development Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis, coming to you from the Ventura Cigar Company studio. With me today is John McTavish. How you doing, John?
Doing well. What's going on, party people? Thanks for tuning in.
So today we are talking about the Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust Mi Querida Triqui Traca number 552. Cigar is a Robusto 5-inch by 52 ring gauge. Comes out of the Naxa factory in Nicaragua. Wrapper is Connecticut Broadleaf number 1 Dark Corona. Binder and filler both from Nicaragua. It is blended by Steve Saka. Price point is $10.75, and the cigar was released in September of 2019. So with all that out of the way, John, what was your overall smoking experience like with this?
It was good, man. I really enjoyed this cigar. I commented in my review that the first third was pretty intense. I mean, the flavors were like medium full, bordering on full, and I think if this cigar had carried that up for me, that would have burned my palate out. But the second third ended up being a lot more nuanced and balanced, and that kind of carried through to the last third. Burning construction were good. I had like a minor touch up, so I just got to put that down to get under Steve's skin, and I had a slight resistance to the draw, like 1.5 notches. But man, that was an enjoyable experience. I can't say that for a lot of cigars that have come out of the IPCPR, so it was pleasant to finally light something up and have an enjoyable review. What was your overall experience like?
Yeah, for me, it started with a nice combination of flavors and complexity. As it got into the second third, it became much simpler, focused around wood, dry earth, and mustiness. Final third had a good bit of chart and bitterness, which kind of knocked things down even more for me. Strength was slightly above medium. Construction was perfect. I was really enjoying the first third of the cigar, and I kind of hoped that would kind of continue on through the experience. But it kind of degraded as it progressed into the other thirds. I really enjoyed the firecracker version of the Mi Querida.
Mm,
I think it was top 10 for me last year. So I was hoping for kind of a lengthier, more robust version of that. But that wasn't kind of what I got from this. So it was a bit disappointing in regards to that. I would be interested in trying the other Vitola just to see if it expresses what the firecracker had maybe in that other Vitola. But as it sits, I'd prefer probably go back to the firecracker or the original Mi Querida blend over smoking this one. So getting into the scores, June and Seth were also on this. They just weren't able to join us for the video review. So John, you were the high score at 7.02.
yeah, baby.
June was next at 6.10. I gave it a 5.75, and Seth gave it a 5.40. So 7.02, how'd that match up for you?
That matches up my experience. I would say so far that probably puts it in the top 10 category coming out of the show, and that mentally matches with my experience. Enjoyable, great construction, would absolutely not hesitate to light that up again. How does your 575?
Yeah, that
How does your
matches up well.
575
I
match up?
mean, overall, the average flavor profile because the first third was good, and then it went average and subpar, so it just kind of works out to the average overall. Perfect construction, so that's kind of what gets it into that kind of that upper quarter for the fives.
Hmm.
If that first third just could have kept going, man, this would have been a really good cigar.
Yeah.
It just kind of went away from what was happening in that early on stage. I don't know if this blend just worked better for at least for me, worked better in that small firecracker format or what. But I mean, obviously, in a shorter length and things like that, you're gonna be able to compact some of that distance. So you're gonna get further into the second third with that same kind of
Yeah.
tobacco. So who
Yeah.
knows? Any other final thoughts from you on this one?
I think this is going to be one to watch. I think this and in the Brulee were the kind of two cigars that everyone was talking about coming out of the show. So it'll be interesting to see how it ends up doing in the consensus at the end of the year. I suspect that the Tricky Traca is probably going to place higher than the Brulee. And I could be skewed just based on my experience, but I think the Mikorita overall has been one of Steve's better releases. I know the original Mikorita was one of my favorites. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it will be interesting to see. I think the brand traditionally does well across kind of the media. So just to see how it kind of shakes out this year.
Yeah.
All right, if you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. But also check out the full written review on the website, developingpalace.com. Follow us on all the social media channels. You can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.